Hey guys, it's Hero12333 here, and I finally finished Kizuo Awarena's flyer. Uh, it was a pain in the ass. Um, it's not as big as I was planning to make it, mostly because I left some things out, like the supersonic, the friction reducers, which basically nullify some friction in the air um, by creating like a bubble of empty space around them. But those are really small and really they move, so I can't make them that small and move on Space Engineers. But I did the best I could. Basically, you would land it on a. It's supposed to be like a little post. I guess I could use the interior pillars for these, but you're supposed to land it on one of those. There's a padlock there, and then you get in the cockpit, and then pull the piston in, turn the rotor on. Oh god, what is it doing? Space Engineers, no. And it should lock up. Okay, it has to jiggle a little bit. And then a little mag lock in there, thanks for that mod by the way, locks it in place, and then you go to the, what the hell? Oh, that doesn't matter. You go to the remote control block, which is actually somewhere in there, she modifies it for racing, so it's supposed to move a lot faster than most civilian flyers are even legally allowed. In Space Engineers, this thing kinda freaks out whenever you fly. I might use merge blocks to fix it. Going straight, it has no problem, but the thing is, it can't turn when it goes fast. So you'll see it lock up pretty soon here. Oh, no it isn't. Yeah it is. Okay. I can't turn when going fast, which I guess if it locked up at a faster speed, because I know there's speed mods out there, then it would make sense actually, because when you go supersonic, there's like no way to turn your plane, and I mentioned that in the book. It's actually a human limit. We would pass out if you turn it all during supersonic because of the G-forces, and so I mentioned in it that she has a helmet on that, oh what the hell, that is supposed to help compensate for that, and at some point she makes a really hard turn. I guess it's not really hard turn, it's just she makes a course correction during supersonic, and she pretty much almost passes out even with her helmet, like trying to compensate, and so that was basically that. So you can't turn while in supersonic. That's just, you'll pretty much pass out if you don't die. Or if you do pass out, I guess you will die because you're piloting a jet. But the flyer is just supposed to park like this, and then get out of the remote control block, and then rotors together, and it should unlock eventually. Oh, what the hell, the pistons didn't go up. Okay, make sure the pistons are going, or else you will get what just happened there. What the hell? Why is everything going wrong right now? Ugh. Alright, well, at least I have more. Oh, I know why, because the pistons are going out too far. Alright, so that should just slide into place, and I actually have to wiggle it a little bit. Okay, so the pistons are going out too far, and I have those weird blocks again. I don't like that. Okay, pistons, max distance let's see, 5. Okay, so it should be stopping soon. Yep, there we go. Alright, so now the cockpit just kind of rests against there, and in the book that would actually be a lock that locks onto the cockpit, and that's actually done so that if you like go into a high security place or just anywhere with security that's kind of strict, they can, like, this is controlled by your fighter, this lock right here, but your fighter has a safety mechanism, not fighter, flier, that senses how far the cockpit is extended, basically whether or not it's safe for you to fly. And the column here will lock onto your cockpit and keep it from pulling up. So your cockpit can't be pulled up, which means your flyer will have that safety feature saying, do not fly, because your cockpit isn't pulled in. So as annoying as this was, it was really fun to make this this flyer, just because it looks really cool, in my opinion. And it is something that I don't usually do, because it had all these moving parts. I definitely suggest making things with like moving parts for show, but for actual use, this is a pain in the ass. Like, you can't, you have to get rid of a lot of your speed to actually safely fly this, or else you'll just, like, I don't know, flip out and die. But yeah, so this was Kizuo Awarena's flyer. Now you guys kind of know what it looks like if you ever read my book, and that's, so if you read it, it'll talk about these. I also didn't do the nose. In the book, the nose is kind of this one singular collapsed thing that looks kind of like the front of a jet. And then when she wants to go supersonic, they kind of spread apart like they are like this. If I can just pull up one of the cockpits really quickly. Alright. So in her view, these two noses will be in front of her as a singular piece, like a jet pilot would see, and then they kind of they spread apart and then come back and slide up and then lock into place, and your view would be exactly like this, except the cockpit would be different, and she wouldn't wear a spacesuit, because first of all, they're not in space, second, she's a civilian, and she really doesn't give a crap about space. But I hope you guys enjoy this. I will be making a lot more things from my book. This is kind of an unusual color from the rest of my things because she isn't military at the time, she's civilian, and so she makes her flyer purple because she likes purple. Actually, that's how she got it, I think, if I remember right. But please like, just do whatever you want. You can go on the workshop and download these if you want and mess around with them. This doesn't fly all that great. In the book, it's like super agile, super fast, and it's just a great racing flyer. But you'll notice in Space Engineers it's even kind of drifting upward, which is annoying. But you'll notice in Space Engineers is not anything like how I described in the book, because you just can't get that kind of thing with these game physics. Yeah, feel free to download these things off the Steam Workshop. There should be a link to each one in the description below, and I will see you guys next time.